This is Monday morning question. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? We're talking about the have versus the have-nots. I'm an activist. I'm not a terrorist. Y'all mad because I asked Martin Luther King's job. I gave you Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman. I gave you black history. Alright? I gave you black history. If you look at my restaurant, it's called the Underground Railroad. And we fighting slavery in the 21st century. The war on drugs. You feel me? The war on drugs. So Dr. Kaye, this is the question of the day. Do blacks have rights or not? We talk about the haves versus the have-nots. Henry Gates talked about the making of black America. No, those are the have versus the have-nots. The sororities. The blacks that try to assimilate into white society. Call it the Stockholm Syndrome, where you identify with your captors. Well, I'm a free black man. You feel me? I'm a free black man. This is the United States Senate. Alright? The United States Senate. And you see who it is? That's John Cardins. Senator Ben Cardins. Feel me? I was making a movie and a documentary about your war on drugs. And I used my store to finance it. Dr. Kaye, WEEA Radio. I came here straight out the Illinois Department of Corrections in 1991. I reestablished myself. Meat on Fire. Pit Beef Barbecue Shacks. I've been in business since 1997. You can look at that. It's in the Baltimore Magazine. Alright? I was insured when I started this. Brother Insurance. For $1 million. So Monica Cooper, Larry Gibson, all you individuals that say all I do is just y'all holler and scream. Man, I ain't hollering and screaming. I got a mission, and it ain't impossible. Alright? It's not impossible. In love and memory of Jarrell and Ray Davis. See the dates? That's 2006. I've been charged with terrorism 3 times in 2 different states. My property was stolen from me because I was making a documentary. Social media for social change. MySpace, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Google, Gmail, Google Maps, Google Search. That's a bomb threat. Forces evacuation of the county building. Y'all said I threatened to blow up the courthouse. I ain't never threatened to blow up nothing. I threatened to send people to jail. That's Clinton Kelly. That's my store on Falls Road. Shorty's Pit Beef and Rib Shack. Country Red Store. In regards to your documentary, I didn't make the film festival because y'all locked me up. One of the movies I was making was called Get Shorty. Get Shorty. That's Vicki Lawrence. That's Governor Schaefer. That's Sam Cassell's. $250 million is what y'all stole from me. Portions go to charitable organizations. Y'all stole $250 million from me. Dr. Kaye. Just like Henry Gates, he got a right to make a movie. Y'all let Justin Fenton do that. Well, I was making a movie too. It's about the war on drugs. Suspect in drug shooting surrenders to authorities. That's me. 1981. A territorial drug dispute. Alright? Y'all had to shoot to kill on me. But I got self-defense. They got a self-defense law in Illinois. And that's what I did. I defended myself. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I ain't a jailhouse snitch. My name ain't on nobody's indictments. But I got a lot of people on mine. It's the Washington Post. The law that tears black families apart. You feel me? The law that tears black families apart. These is my sons. Because you ain't speaking up about our sons and our daughters. Y'all traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and our kids is the cash crop. Y'all picking us off the streets like you pick cotton out the fields. You feel me? Like you pick cottons out the field. That's what you doing to us. I'm a member of Out for Justice. And it ain't gonna be just us. That's we the inmates of the Lake County Jail. Because I never got a trial. Alright? We the inmates. I took their stories and I documented them. I put them in a diary. These are the inmates. Alright? Assigned grant. Got individuals here, which makes it a class action lawsuit. A class action lawsuit for denying due process and equal protection, for kidnapping not me but other individuals and illegally charging them. You see who got that? Respectfully submitted, Dwayne G. Davis. Please send a copy to Senator Cardin's U.S. Senate and the Lake County Board. Y'all got that. But when y'all kidnapped me in 2011, you destroyed the originals. You took everything I had, so I had to reinvent myself. I had to do it again. I got copies. That's 2009. President Obama. Obama asked for an investigation when he was Senator Obama. Nobody never did nothing. Durbin, Cardins, Mikulski. I filed inmate request slips. Inmate request slips. And that's from President Bush, 2008. Dear Mr. Davis. Alright? That's my store on Falls Road. See the date? August 2008. My son didn't send this to the police. My son didn't get this to Shellenberger. Shellenberger had this before he locked me up. And this is the property you stole from me. I never got a trial and I never got this property. That's 07 CF 4988. That's a court order to have my property returned. In 2009, property wasn't returned. That's 2008. Taxes. That's 2007. Taxes. (2006) taxes. I was making $260,000 a year. All right. Right here. Shorty's Underground Ribs. That's Margaret Davis. That's the only one that could have signed my papers while I was locked up. See that? 260, 260, 260, 260. See that? See that? That's my number. Ain't nothing changed about me. In 2011, y'all locked me up and charged me with terrorism. You took all my property. You took my intellectual property. That intellectual property was worth $250 million because it was about Maryland's politics. I never got a trial. That's a court order. That's Julie Ensor. See that? Julie Ensor, the clerk of the court. That's my paperwork. Nobody never went to jail for that. See that? September 9th, 2011. That's a body attachment. That means that somebody should have went to jail. Shellenberger should have went to jail. Y'all gave Shellenberger a pass. I filed my claim. Alright? Baltimore County claims. Alright? $250 million. Film. Alright? Y'all took 13 different movies. I was making a movie about Baltimore, and here goes the information. It's all right here. It's all right here. And these are my witnesses. My family was in the movie. You feel me? That's my family. And they in the movie. You can lock me up. You can't lock everybody else up. My nieces, my nephews, yeah. It's making a movie and Governor Hogan got it. Chief Justice Mary Barbera, the courts got it. Maryland Judiciary. We talking about denial of due process and equal protections. Public Justice Center. Bryant Frosh. Mayor Brandon Scott. President Biden. Delegate Sheila Roof. And Eric Banner, Department of Justice. See that? So Ivan Bates, Westmore, Governor Hogan. See how long they've been having this? Since the 1st of January. And nobody opened their mouth. And then when I show up in the room, you get mad because I might check the room. Monica Cooper, you work for the States Attorney's Office. That's Marilyn Mosby. She had it too. Alright? So when you're telling me that you're being nice to me, no. Her job is to defend our rights. She said that she works for the Innocence Project. Well, I gave her over 42 individuals that needed her help. And she closed it and threw it away. I came to your office. You feel me? 2021. So we don't want to have no misunderstandings. Maryland State Board of Elections. That's voter suppression by the Democratic and the Republican Party against ex-felons. Ex-felons got a right to vote. Out for justice. You feel me? Out for justice. So like I say, Dr. Kaye, the question of the day, do blacks have rights in which white America respects? We traded the penitentiary for the plantation, cotton for cocaine, and you made our kids the cash crop. A federal and a state audit. $250 million. That's what you charged me with in 2011. You feel me? Evidence. I use a toilet because a toilet don't care if you black, white, straight, or gay. A toilet take your shit every day. I never got a trial, Dr. Kaye. Question of the day, do blacks have rights? The haves versus the have-nots. That's Dwayne G. Davis, Chesapeake Avenue. You feel me? That's Eric Holder, the Department of Justice. He got this. It's a program guide. Alright? I know my paperwork. I got my paperwork. Courage, strength, and legacy. And we're going to leave a legacy here in Baltimore. And that legacy is going to start right here. It's Commissioner Belfield. Commissioner Belfield, you see that? Frederick, you got that? That's the county courts. I never got a trial. That's my son, Dwayne Gerald Davis Jr. Alright? He's a defendant because he participated in this. You feel me? This is compliance department. Because y'all say I don't know how to talk to people. I filed my paperwork. My paperwork in order. I just never got a response. That's Bernstein. Alright? Bernstein, Mosby, Ivan Bates, Scott Shellenberger. This who produced my paperwork. Kim Beard, Graphic Imaging. You feel me? She produced my books. And if you go to Senator Antonio Hayes, Senator Antonio Hayes got one of them books. I got some books for you. I got like 15 books. But right here, this is one book, and I'm going to get it published. And then shorty, pull your mask up. Alright? And this book details everything. Then I got another book. That's when Obama asked for an investigation. You feel me? See that? I'm going to show you about being black in America. And the third book is about our black leadership. Our black leadership. Alright? Moses parted the Red Sea. Shorty parted some rednecks. And we going to court with this. I never got a trial. Everybody that's here, like I said, all about Baltimore. All material sent to your office. Alright? It's Governor Ehrlich, because I'm a black Republican. I'm a black radical Republican. I joined the Republican Party to make white people deal with racism. I'm not a Trumpster. I'm not up for Dan Cox. You feel me? That's Ehrlich. That's Latrice Taylor. Alright? She participated in this. That's Christian Schaefer from ABC2. Alright? You talking about the Secret Service. Y'all got a file on me. Robert J. Bell. Secret Service. Produce that material because like I said, it's all notarized. I never got a trial. Dr. Kaye, I never got a trial. And you know this. But you won't say nothing on WEAA radio. Mark Steiner, for the culture. Well, this is for the culture. Timothy Ryan, the Baltimore Sun. Richard Scher, ABC2. Y'all did the first story on me in 1997. Hard look. So let's do it again. Let's take a hard look at the media. Let's take a hard look at the role the media plays in misinformation. Dr. Kaye, are we there yet? Are we on the same page, Dr. Kaye? That's William Sutton. All right? This is Judge Boris. Senator Barbara Mikulski. In 2010, October the 15th, after Governor O'Malley and Ehrlich had their debate at WJZ, that same day, y'all sent the police to my house and put guns to my head. Y'all threatened my life. The same way that you killed Fred Hampton, the same way that you killed Martin, the same way that you killed Malcolm. Y'all tried to kill me. Only reason that y'all didn't kill me, because I was running a homeless program out my apartment. Baltimore City Internal Affairs Division. All material given to Internal Affairs. Case number. See the case number? I'm still alive and breathing. I can testify, and I ain't got a day in court yet. When I holler mic check, I shut shit down. And y'all get mad because I shut shit down. If y'all gave me my justice, you get some peace. I don't get no justice, you not gonna get no peace. That's Judge Souter. Bosley Avenue, all evidence. That means everything out my case file because y'all been destroying a lot of evidence. I got my paperwork together. That's Thomas Saunders, my lawyer. He participated in this. That's Thomas Saunders, my lawyer. He participated in this. Alright? My lawyer should have filed for a dismissal in immediate release. He should have filed for my stuff to be this should have been done in 2011. That's Charles Gibson. All right, and I sent the media this information. Dutch Ruppersberger, you got this information. Robert Lang of WBAL, get the camera from October, from that the debate at WJZ. Get all the film from his camera that day. Robert Lang, WBAL radio. I was the only person out there. Then go get my lawyer Jerome Joyce, because Jerome Joyce and Mr. Sanders participated in this. All right. The grand jury never got to see the tapes. The grand jury never got to see the files. The grand jury was denied evidence in my behalf. That's Shelton Duentes. He ain't here no more. I chased a lot of reporters out of Baltimore because it's a war on the media. Shelton Duentes. My public defender, Mr. Bailey. Barry Sims. All videos given to your station. Barry Sims, Doug Collins, Jane Miller, the I-Team. They're not going to report this. Neither is Ben Jealous. That's Benjamin Jealous from the NAACP. You feel me? You're talking about the haves and the have-nots because you got Kappas, Phis, and all these fraternities that are holding the oppressed people down. Like I said, you're trying to keep your stature in the white community. John Feaster. All right? We're talking about our representatives in Annapolis. That's McFadden. I'm going to send all these papers to the Supreme Court to show you that I didn't get a trial. File a writ of certiorari. So on January 3rd, 2023, Ivan Bates, if you don't take this case and give me the grand jury, then we're going to the Supreme Court. Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. That's Carl Snowden, Civil Rights Division. You feel me? All letters. Now Carl Snowden is the NAACP in Anne Arundel County. That's Kathleen Pugh, Legislative Black Caucus. All right? Legislative Black Caucus. Now, I did the same thing. If you go to Delegate Stephanie Smith, she got the same thing. Terrence Dickerson from the Terror Cafe is a witness. Terrence Dickerson, Terror Cafe. Mr. O'Neill from Director, Baltimore County Detention Center. You're talking about the treatment of inmates, the denial of due process. Voter registration from the Democratic and the Republicans. Voter registration. Inmates got a right to vote. They can register to vote. They can participate in the process. That's Mr. McGee, Director of Parole and Probation. I never got a trial. You feel me? And y'all took money from me. That's kidnapping. That's human trafficking. That's fraud in the court. There was a thing called Operation Greylord in the 80s where the federal government went over Chicago's courts and they sent a lot of people to jail. Well, I got 52 individuals. Baltimore City State's Attorney Bernstein. I paid taxes. Taxation without representation is a denial of my due process. Taxation without representation is a denial of my citizenship. That's Mary Hooks. Everything from 1997 to 2012, I paid my taxes. And I'm not represented. That's President Obama. Because he asked for an investigation and nobody never did it. That's Judge Bell. And you see me with Judge Bell and Doug Colbert. Judge Bell and Doug Colbert. Larry Gibson. Delegate Stephanie Smith. University of Baltimore Law Department. Kirk Smoke. Judge Pearson. You heard of Gillis and Bedieken? Well, that's Gillis. Jim Gillis. He was with the county state's attorney's office. James Broshin was with the Judiciary Committee. In 2011, y'all wrote a lot of lies about me. Y'all just said I was a terrorist. Y'all just called me out my name. I never got a trial. Then when I went to court, I beat you in court. I never got my property back. We talking about the media and the misinformation the media plays. That's Fern Shin from the Baltimore Brew. Alright? That's Fern Shin from the Baltimore Brew. She had information and knowledge of my innocence and didn't open her mouth. She testified at my trial to save her grace. These are the supporters of Shorties. You feel me? I'm not in this by myself. And I got pages and pages of that, like I got pages and pages of that. I'm an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. I took an oath to defend my country against all terrorists, foreign and domestic. Policing in Baltimore City is domestic terrorists. You see, when I was in the Navy, till 79, that was during Iran-Contra. Y'all taught me how to be a drug dealer. Territorial drug dispute, 1981. I just got out of the Navy. I was permitted to sell drugs from 1977 to 1991. I had a good run. I came to Baltimore, I changed my product. I didn't change my hustle. So the question of the day, do blacks have rights in which white America respects? The question of the day, you still living in slavery? Like Harriet Tubman said, I could free a lot of people if you knew that you were slaves. I could free a lot of people now if you just take me to court. So Dr. Kaye, let's have that conversation. Monica Cooper, Larry Gibson, Marilyn Mosby, Ivan Bates. I don't get no justice, you ain't gonna get no peace. How that sound? Mic check.